on? This is the AskASwimPro show. We are here in the Detroit studio. My name is Ksebati, and I am joined by a special guest. We have the queen of aquatics. Julie is in the house.
Hey guys, how are ya?
What's going on? How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. It's a wonderful day. It's Givingtuesday. It's fantastic.
It is Givingtuesday,
It
so
is.
We're going to talk a lot about Givingtuesday. This is a
Yeah.
special Givingtuesday edition of the AskASwimPro show. But first, I mentioned you're the queen of aquatics.
I am.
So what is that? How does that translate in the day-to-day life? What does that mean?
So I'm the regional director of aquatics for the YMCA Metro Detroit. So as I said, as you said earlier, it's the queen of aquatics. So I help support all of the 9 branches that have pools within the YMCA Metro Detroit. So from whatever support means to them.
Awesome. And you mentioned today is Givingtuesday. So this is what is Givingtuesday?
So Givingtuesday is a holiday every year, just similar to Black Friday, where everybody is getting their shopping on and all of that kind of stuff. But it's really an opportunity for people to give back to their favorite nonprofits, and obviously the YMCA is a nonprofit organization. So one of the things that I get to work with is a wonderful program called Detroit Whims. So
Detroit Swims. And we're going to talk about Detroit Swims in just a little bit. But first, we're going to recap World Swim Day.
What's World Swim Day? What was
World Swim Day? So World Swim Day is this international movement similar to Givingtuesday, which is today. But World Swim Day was on October 27th, the 4th Saturday of October. And really it's about empowering humanity to be more active in the water. So we want to encourage people to go to the pool, go swimming, be fit. And if you've taken a break for 5, 10, 15, maybe 20 years, this is an opportunity to get back into the water. So this first World Swim Day, which was only a month ago, actually it's the 27th today, so that was literally 1 month ago in October, we had swimmers from over 100 different countries do a virtual community swim with us from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It was pretty amazing. If you search the hashtag World Swim Day on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, you're going to see these amazing stories, swimmers from all over the world, multiple different languages, sharing their swimming story, but also, the workouts that they did together as a group. It was pretty awesome to be a part of that. I swam a 5,000 meter workout. It kind of destroyed me.
I can imagine that. That's pretty far, and that's pretty amazing and impactful that there were so many people that were swimming together for one awesome cause.
Yeah, and a whole range of different skill levels. So that's what's really important about World Swim Day and Givingtuesday, what we're about to talk about, because you don't have to be a former competitive swimmer. You don't have to do a 5,000 meter workout. A lot of the swimmers who committed to doing World Swim Day and swimming with us, they did a 500 meter workout. And so just getting in the water, doing 20 lengths if you're in a 25 meter pool. We had 4 different levels of workouts. There was the 500 meter workout, and then there was a mile workout, the Blue Mile, 1,500 meters, and then a 3,000 meter workout, and then a 5,000 meter workout. And that really goes to show that there's a whole range of swimming ability, all the way from beginner fitness swimmers all the way up to advanced, more competitive swimmers, and everyone in between. And everyone is really a part of it. Like if you swim, you're not alone. You're swimming with other people, and it was so awesome to have such a big group and such a big turnout for the first year.
That's pretty remarkable.
It was
awesome.
It was awesome. And one of the things that came out of World Swim Day, we wanted to, World Swim Day is great because it brings people together and it empowers community. But another awesome element is that it's the opportunity to give back. And so today is Givingtuesday, and we wanted to find a way at MySwimPro, how can we give back to the swimming community, and how can we empower the people who are participating in World Swim Day to give back and help other people, reach that same level of fitness and share that passion for the water. So what we did is we have this awesome t-shirt that we created, and we had a whole swag bundle, and you could purchase this t-shirt. It said World Swim Day on the back in a whole number of different languages, I think 50 different languages. And all the proceeds from the shirt sales after World Swim Day would be given and have been donated to 3 amazing nonprofit organizations that are committed to helping people learn to swim, whether they're children or adults. So the 3 organizations that we decided to help was Detroit Swims, local group, and Julie is representative of that organization,
Yes.
the USA Swimming Foundation, and the U.S. Masters Swimming Saves Lives Foundation, which is for adults learn to swim. So before we go into talking about each of them, and Julie's going to talk about Detroit Swims, did you know 79% of children in households with incomes less than $50,000 have little or no swimming ability?
That's astounding.
I think you knew that, but just so for the audience listening in, another statistic is 10 people drown every day in the United States. Mm-hmm. That's a lot, and that's only in the United States. So obviously the number would be much larger. And then final, did you know, bullet point, formal swimming lessons reduces the likelihood of childhood drowning by 88%.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think, I know USA Swimming is always talking about this stat that drowning is the second leading cause of accidental death for children in the United States, and it's preventable.
It is absolutely preventable, for sure.
So with that, knowing that this is a super important topic, and that's why we wanted to pick these organizations to support. So tell us about Detroit Swims.
I'd love to, and it's one of my favorite programs that the YMCA offers, specifically the YMCA Metro Detroit. So we, in 2010, the Bull Family YMCA found a need that they saw a statistic that stated that 7 out of 10 kids in the city of Detroit had no access to pools, proper gear, and did not know how to swim. So they were astounded by that. And as part of the YMCA being a nonprofit organization, there is an annual campaign that they do every year. And what they did is they raised money out of their own paychecks. These are like part-time, minimum wage lifeguards that wanted to give back. So they raised a little bit of money and they took all of that to a classroom and they were like, you know what? Who doesn't know how to swim? And they taught 30 kids how to swim at no charge whatsoever. Fast forward to now, 2018, we have graduated 7,000 kiddos out of the Detroit Swims program, which is absolutely incredible.
I'm going to pause you right there.
Yeah.
7,000. So these are people, kids, who didn't know how to swim.
Correct.
Detroit Swims comes in, and now 7,000 children know how to swim. They have a life skill.
Yes, they
Amazing.
are safer around water. Yes, so they might not be swimming competitively. They might not know how to do legal breaststroke or butterfly, but you know what? If they fall into a pool, they are a little bit safer.
They have the life skill.
They have a life skill, for sure.
And that's I think an important topic here because it's not about training the next Olympian.
Correct.
This is about teaching a life skill.
Yes. It's a vital life skill, especially in the state of Michigan where we're surrounded by so much water that anything, any sort of accident can happen with any, adult or a child. And the fact that we're able to provide this free of charge to any and all of the participants is pretty incredible.
So tell us about Detroit Swims. What does the operational side of it look like? What is your role? How many kids are learning? Tell us about the buses and tell us about all that.
So a day in the life of Detroit Swims is kind of what you're looking for.
Yes,
so what we get to do is we partner with schools across the Metro Detroit area, and what we do is we map out where those schools are located where a YMCA is, because we know that we have the resources available in order to give the most quality lessons, the safest lessons, and safest transportation. So we, once we partner up with those particular schools, we then find out where the Y is, and we just start it from there. What we'll do is first day we'll pick up the kids. They get super jazzed, they're super excited, especially the bathing suits and the caps and the goggles. They get so excited about.
So tell us about that. So they get swag.
Yeah, they get stuff. So they get a bathing suit, they get a cap, they get goggles, and they get a little cinch bag as well. Because that was another need we found, is that kids were just putting wet stuff in their backpacks and their homework was getting completely ruined. So we're like, okay, well, you need a separate swim bag. So we give them all of their gear, and they take it on their first day. and they go to the Y, they get changed in their brand new bathing suit, their cap, their goggles, and it's kind of like a little fashion show. They get really excited. Then they come out on the first day, and we do a pre-test just to make sure we know what their swimming abilities are, so that way we can put them into their appropriate groups. They go through 8 lessons, just giving them basic skills. So swimming on their front for a little bit, then rolling and being able to float on their back, and then swimming a little bit again. The other benchmark skill that we look for is the jump, push, turn, grab, which is by the YMCA, the YMCA of the USA, which is you jump off the edge, you push off the bottom, you turn to the side, and then you grab onto safety. So if there's any time where they fall in, they have the ability to get to the side safely.
And tell us who's running the lessons, volunteerism. Tell us about all that.
So we do have staff and volunteers that do provide our lessons. So through the YMCA of the USA's swim lesson curriculum, it is all broken down. So we use the exact same curriculum that the Y provides us, so that we know it's a quality and safe lessons for them.
Awesome. And so has everyone in Detroit learned how to swim?
Not everybody.
Okay, not yet. So
Not
what is the opportunity to help? Like, how big is the need? Like, what can still be done? What needs to be done? What are the next steps?
So the next steps, always, it is we know that there's a need in the community, not just in the city of Detroit, but obviously it's the surrounding areas as well, in the Tri-County area. So we want to make sure that we don't forget everybody in those areas as well. We need to make sure that we're able to provide those services, and being able to give back $100 is truly what it takes to make a child safer around water. So that's from a support standpoint, that is where we're at. So. And
so you need volunteers.
We
money.
do need volunteers. We always need volunteers. Volunteers, bathing suits, caps, goggles, you name it. We are open and willing for all of that. And
how can people get involved? Let's say they live locally in the Metro Detroit area, and they want to find a way to get involved. How can they get involved now? Take action.
Right now, if you wanted to get involved today, you can email us at swims@ymcadetroit.org, and we would get you in contact to see where your location is, and then we can connect you with one of the sites that's closest to you. If there's something that you're very passionate about, you're like, oh my gosh, I have 15 bathing suits that my kids outgrew. How do I get those to you? You can always contact us, and we'll definitely take those off your hands. There's a myriad of different ways that you guys can help.
So if you're local, get involved. Detroit Swims. If you're not local and you're watching this from anywhere else, how can they support Detroit Swims and everything that's happening?
So we do have a crowd raise page that we do have individuals from all over the country that help support us from far away. We also take donations if you want to mail those in as well. So our address is on our website, so ymcadetroit.org. You can find the Bull Family YMCA's address on there as well.
Cool. I want to back up a little bit. Tell us what we do the mission moments when we do our board meetings. Tell us about one or two stories of the impact and how tell us about the impact.
Oh my goodness. So one of my favorite stories of all time is Madison. Madison is one of our youngest and all-star volunteers who got involved. She got involved with the program through her summer swim team, and they do a thing every year called the Corson Challenge. And so she got involved through the Corson Challenge, and it was at 9 years old. She's like, I want to volunteer. I want to help. I want to teach kids how to swim. And on her 13th birthday, we were able to get her involved with becoming a volunteer. And since then, she has been able to teach kids how to swim, and the kids adore her. They're just like, Miss Madison, when's Miss Madison coming? And she's so sweet, and she's so I just love swimming, and I want to get more kids involved. And it's so special to see those two, a teenager giving back to her community and doing it through the sport that she loves, which is swimming.
Awesome.
So great.
And that's just one story of the you can't even count them on your hands. Stories.
There's so many great ones. I mean, from just from Madison to just kids coming the first day that have never seen a pool before, that are just like crying because they have to leave. And we had one girl that was convinced that she was being trained to be a mermaid and that she could just stay in the water all day. So it's so special to see these kids that were absolutely petrified to being so much more comfortable around water and being absolutely okay with it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool for us being in Detroit, MySwimPro being in Detroit, to be able to support an organization like Detroit Swims. That's, programming is happening at the YMCA, which is literally 1 block away from our office.
Sure.
in Detroit. So that's really awesome. And people have asked us, why do you pick these different organizations? Because we have some relation, whether it's geography or impact. So Detroit Swims, USA Swimming Foundation, and Swimming Saves Lives. We're cutting all 3 organizations a $300 check each to support all the cool stuff that they're doing. And hopefully we can do more in the future, but that was just... And we have our check here, so we can do this. I'll do the signature here. And we can cut it. We can do this all like...
This is super professional, guys.
This is, checks are kind of old school, but...
They are.
We'll do it. So here's our check. I'll cover the address here. Here's our check. We'll hand this off.
Thank you so much, Ferris. This is fantastic.
All right, so that was Detroit Swims, and you should definitely support and check out the blogs and all the links that we'll be putting on ways that you can support Detroit Swims. But there are 2 other organizations as well that we want to highlight. We don't have the Queen of Aquatics for each respective org that we do for these, but we definitely want to talk about them, at least highlight them. So the first organization I want to talk about, USA Swimming Foundation, which is the philanthropic arm of USA Swimming. So USA Swimming is the national governing body for aquatics in the United States, and they have an initiative to basically, their slogan is USA Swimming Foundation raises funds to support programs that save lives and build champions in the pool and in life. And it's about teaching kids how to swim.
For sure.
It's basically, Detroit Swims on a more national level. That statistic that 10 people drown in the United States every single day. The goal of Make a Splash and the USA Swimming Foundation is to try and decrease that number and bring education and awareness around that. You might have seen some cool things like the Golden Goggles, which is a huge fundraiser. Millions of dollars are raised through these different programs, and grants are awarded to different organizations that are having an impact on a local level, and it comes back up through the USA Swimming Foundation. So that's an initiative that is really awesome, and we want to support. And if you're interested in supporting the USA Swimming Foundation, you can go to usaswimmingfoundation.org, and you can make a donation, and you can learn more about different ways to get involved. And even if you can't be involved from a financial standpoint, I'm sure they would appreciate reaching out and finding different ways that you can get involved. Question back to you, Julie.
Sure.
If someone maybe they want to support great causes like the ones we're talking about, but maybe they're not in a financial position to put the dollars forward.
Yeah.
What are some ways that they could get involved without the money?
We've had actually high school students that actually love to get involved as part of service projects, and what we did is we have suit drives and stuff like that, like tangible objects that we can definitely take off of their hands, which is awesome. We understand that that people do want to get involved with a lot of with these different charitable organizations, but might not be able to financially do so. But even raising awareness and being, sharing the story of what we do on a day-to-day basis is a great step.
Sharing the story, and then it multiplies. Like the story of Madison, people see that and they're inspired, and they're like, oh, she's involved, I want to get involved. How can I get involved?
For sure, yeah.
Right on. So that's USA Swimming Foundation, super awesome. And the third organization is Swimming Saves Lives Foundation. Similar to what USA Swimming Foundation is to USA Swimming, the Swimming Saves Lives Foundation is that philanthropic arm of US Masters Swimming. So US Masters Swimming is, the national governing body for adult fitness swimming in the United States. There's about 60,000 members, ages 18 to 100 plus. They're all fitness swimmers. They're doing it as a lifestyle to stay healthy and be active. And the Swimming Saves Lives Foundation is all about reducing the risks of adults drowning. And they do that with financial and educational resources and programming through Adult Learn to Swim. So, the last two organizations, Detroit Swims and USA Swimming Foundation, we talked about, that's about teaching kids how to swim. And the Swimming Saves Lives Foundation with US Master Swimming is all about teaching adults how to swim, because in the United States, about 50%, about half of all adults can't swim a full length of the pool in a 25-yard or meter pool. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people who can't swim.
For sure.
And another fun fact, there are 18 million swimming pools and hot tubs in the United States. 18 million.
That's so many.
Where are they?
There's so many.
Where are they? When I read that, I'm like, where?
Probably in Florida, right?
That's true. We're in Michigan. There's not as many pools here. But even then, even if there aren't pools or are pools, it's still a really important life skill at any age. If you didn't learn how to swim when you're 8 or 9 years old, it doesn't mean it's too late. You can be 25, 35, 55 and learn how to swim. Mm-hmm. And since 2012, the Swimming Saves Lives Foundation has awarded over $500,000 in grants to Adult Learn to Swim providers and programs. So there's different programs all over the country that are initiated by certified Adult Learn to Swim coaches, and they can apply for these different grants to basically fund teaching adults how to swim who may not be able to financially access some of that programming. So we want to give a shout out to US Masters Swimming, and if you're interested in learning about the Swimming Saves Lives Foundation, they do have a website. It's under the USMS.org. So go to USMS.org and you can navigate to the Swimming Saves Lives Foundation. And actually, if you use a search engine, you can find any of these organizations, learn a lot about them by going to their website or just searching Detroit Swims into Google. You're going to find out some awesome information. But final shout out to Detroit Swims and Julie, the Queen of Aquatics, for joining us on the AskASwimPro show. Is there anything, parting words on this Giving Tuesday that you want to share with the audience?
For sure. I mean, Giving Tuesday is always, it's just all about giving back to your favorite charities. And swimming-based charities, or, if you love puppies, or if you love giving back to whatever it is that your heart desires, get out and do so. That is truly what this day is all about. And that's my parting words.
Get out there and go donate. So
yes.
With that, we are happy to support the Detroit Swims, USA Swimming Foundation, and Swimming Saves Lives Foundation. It is Giving Tuesday, so hopefully you can open up your checkbook, whether you have actual checks or you're doing a digital donation. Check out the articles and links that we'll have in the description of this video, and we look forward to catching you guys on the next episode of AskASwimPro. Thanks again, Julie, for joining us.
It's been a pleasure.
All right, signing off from our Detroit studio. That was AskASwimPro show. Bye.